district in Texas. If I'm not saying that right,
That's right.
let me know. But reform is there, relief is there. We have a 2-year budget, so we're dependent upon that as we invest in teacher pay raises and historic education funding percentage from the state increases and on, reducing our reliance on Robin Hood across the board. Every 2 years, everything we do and appropriations does is recalculated. But our commitments are there in the budget now for those efforts on your behalf, and we're very proud of that. Disaster reappraisal mandates and exemptions. If your home is damaged, you don't get hurt by the appraisal the next year. If it's 15% damage or greater, where we saw in the Houston region some of that was going on after Harvey. And with a bill that Representative Wally passed that will create a disaster resilient Texas program, Institute for Disaster Resilient Texas program through Texas A&M. We'll be better prepared from a regional and a statewide aspect, no matter where the disaster is or what the disaster is. Yes, Dan.
Well, I think that we want to get people out of here. But
yeah.
Jenna asked us to have a couple questions if you want them, so we're happy.
We want to take questions.
We'll take a couple questions, and then you can grab Brandon afterwards, and he can explain everything else to you that he just was trying to say. So, do we have any questions? Nobody wants to talk to us? Jenna?
HJR 4, that's right. Yes. So, yes, you're correct. Under Senate Bill 7, there's 2 flood mitigation funds created. One is automatic with the enactment of the bill, and the other is a constitutional amendment provision that'll be on the ballot in November. How do we get that passed? We all, collectively, we're going to combine together with the regions and the coastal communities and the 60 county declared disaster areas to promote what our economies mean to the rest of Texas. But second, that fund, that flood infrastructure fund that you mentioned that will be hopefully approved by the voters, it is for a regional approach all across Texas, for every part of Texas, if there's a disaster. So it's not going to be looked upon as how does the Houston area recover, so voters in Lubbock, please approve this. It's a bill for all of Texas because, as Representative Wally mentioned, floodwaters and disasters don't respect political boundaries. So we're going to have our work set out for us, but people are going to, they're going to come together on the plan we put together to sell it. Any other questions? Oh my goodness. Any other questions?
Is there anybody else?
Yes, Robert, go ahead.
What do you want sitting?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all, because I was a pain in the butt. I know I was.
You have no idea.
All the tax and so forth. I know I was on the phone with both of you on graduation day, actually, as y'all were going into committee. But thank y'all for everything that you did, for all 3 of you, for that matter.
Other school districts to do the reappraisals of the property. So some of you that got flooded saw your appraisals go down last year. I don't know if you recall that, if you were in a flood area. But they paid for that. The school district paid for that, and I think it was $4 or $5 million. And so that was appropriated, and so we have to go through the process, apply for it, you'll get that money. The rest of it, I'll let you, one of you two answer that.
We're definitely dialed in to Tatum and Chief Nim Kidd on unhinging those funds and letting those dollars flow. They certainly get the point from us. Now that we're out of session, I know that a lot of those requests are in, but they're telling us that it's the highest priority, and we're following up on it. And I just want to say thank you for your advice and counsel through the session as our education leaders here at home on all all the above. You mentioned, tough days, tough conversations. Really, I mean, of course, Dan has been a leader in this category and in the education space for so many years, but I can't thank you enough for how much we value your input.
And certainly Benny and
Benny
what
as
he's
well
done.
from the
Yeah.
Huffman School District, and tough days and changes by the hour, and how does that affect all of us? And so very, very thankful for your input. Yeah.
Anything else? You bet. What you're welcome. And then you got Sullivan. He's your.
Get your input and advice through the session in the higher ed
Yeah.
policies and funding, as well as I've enjoyed in the Senate this time around. And so just to everyone, thank you on your behalf, and it's a privilege.
Thank you very much. I'm going to let them stay up here. They may not have wanted to, but you can stop by and either shake their hand or slap them, whatever it is that you need. Two quick things. We have our Lake Houston Chamber of Commerce has a public policy, a public affairs team. Erica Johnson, where's Erica? She heads our committee, and they meet each month. And I heard one of the greatest compliments in our long-term task recovery team last month. A great compliment about our Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce, and that from our county and our city and our state representative in that meeting. And they said that the Lake Houston Area Chamber has been a great voice to help get these things pushed through. So your membership dollars, your sponsorship dollars is really helping us to make this happen. We live in a great community. We live in a tight-knit community, and that's a good thing. State, federal level, just makes you part of the process, so we appreciate that, okay? Let's thank our two sponsors, Community Resource Credit, Community by Val, and also Plains State Bank as well. We need to let you know that Jamie Smith with Plains State Bank is retiring today. And so today, that's right, where are you guys at? He's having a reception at his office today from 5 to 8 p.m. if you would like to stop by. Jamie Smith retiring today from Plains State Bank. Okay, that is all.